Unless it was during the, what the fuck? Oh?
You're no match for me.
Yeah, I was lagging too.
A feeble shield protects nothing. Come, show me your strength.
Ooh, come on, come on, come on, come on. It didn't get it! Oh, that's not good. Is this spreads? I didn't actually look. Okay.
Light flaming.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so let me clarify one thing. I don't really think true balance is like something any game dev should ever be going for. Nobody's ever talked about a game and said, man, you know what the best part about that game was? That it was so well balanced and it was just so great that no matter what class you played or what you did the same damage as anybody else, you know? No, nobody's ever said that. That's a sentiment that is never, like, escaped into the ether of human thought, right? It doesn't happen, because it's a totally stupid thing. The things people talk about to this day are like, man, you remember Ret Paladin and ICC? Oh, Divine Storm. Oh man, you remember Shadow Priest in Siege of Orgrimmar? Oh, Shadow Word Insanity. Oh man, I could go on about Siege of Orgrimmar because like every class almost was at like their high point there. But like, it's the things that are like memorable and fun and cool to exist in a game are like OP things. And if everybody knows what's OP and what's good at which niches, that's like fine. You balance and you like choose your playstyle around what is available in the game. The problem with WoW is that they change the balance and like destroy specs niches so often that it feels like you were fighting against the devs to like try to like figure out what spec is good before they ruin it. And it's created this like adversarial relationship between players and devs where the players are just like always trying to like get one up on the devs and play like the new most OP thing because it's gonna get, you know, ruined the next patch. And that's not a fun way to play. It's not fun to like have to upend your entire like play style, you know, level a new fucking character and all this shit. And nobody wants that. This was fire, right? I'm just gonna watch other people. Okay, they're all stuck down. That shit sucks. Who is safe?
Light flaming.
Yeah, and like Mythic Plus is really bad about it, right? Where they balance it so often. What the fuck? Why are we at 5 people here? Lightning. Okay. It was 2, right?
I'm the only one fit to protect her. You're no match for me.
I might have had third tether there. I don't think I actually paid enough attention. Oh fuck. I was a little slow there.
A feeble shield protects nothing.
You know, it's funny. Like, in hindsight, I probably never should have made it in to Black Hand. But it's pretty funny that I did, and like, Shadow, like, was really good at the last phases, but it was so bad at the other ones, it was crazy. I don't know if you guys know, like, the lore, but I sat out, like, an entire week of Black Hand while they worked on Phase 1. And I never had to prog Phase 1. I took, like, 3 days off. Or, no, way more than that. I took, like, 5 days off while they figured out P1, and then I was brought in as the closer for, like, P2. But yeah, that, like, if classes were always good at the things they were good at, or like relatively static, you know, in their performance, I think WoW would be a lot more enjoyable, even if it wasn't balanced well, you know? It's just, every time you get rug pulled and you're like chasing that flavor of the month shit, it's the fucking worst.
I'm the only one.
And then you never know, like, if the class you want to play is gonna get, like, buffed back to, like, being good or not. Do you stick with it? Do you re-roll? It's the mind games of, like, class balance are so frustrating to me. Damn, dude, I got, like, 400 MS right now. It's fucking crazy.
A feeble shield protects nothing. Come, show me your strength.
Got some spreads. That guy's so fucking close to me all the time, it scares me. Red is safe. Dude, they keep just staying to heals, I think.
Light flaming.
So what happens here? We've got 3. What debuff do we get? Get that mark for shit. What causes you to get the damage down? Yeah, that's, I mean, ultimately, I think that's, why, like, it's not that, like, I stopped enjoying WoW, really, from, like, a pure, like, gameplay perspective. It's more that, like, I felt that, like, the game didn't want me to enjoy WoW. Like, it was just, every time I picked, like, a new spec, it was, like, dead before the next patch. Shadow was, like, never good. Not that I was, like, married to Shadow, but, like, even in, like, a good guild, you're still, like, kind of, like, tied to the main class that you play. Unless the guild's making, like, pretty big concessions for you, you know what I mean? Like the Darky situation, where they're like, you pick whatever you think's best and we'll adjust the roster around you, right? But like, it's funny because I used to be in that position in Midwinter, right? I was like the person like, you know, whatever you want to play, Just let us know and we will adjust the roster for you, which is kind of like a bullshit position to be in. But like, it happens sometimes, right? Where you've got somebody that's trusted to show up all the time, that isn't going to like abscond with loot or do anything weird, and you know they're going to like play at a pretty high level on whatever you know, spec they fill in, and you're trusting them to kind of like make the a good decision for the group, you know. But like under normal circumstances, that shouldn't really happen, you know. There shouldn't be somebody who's like, who can re-roll into a spec and then beat people you already have on hand who play that spec, you know? It's like, that shouldn't happen in a guild with like with a pretty deep roster, and it really doesn't happen at the top end anymore. Like, guild rosters have advanced so far at this point that like there's almost never a case where somebody can swap into something and like beat a person who's like the native like player of that spec, right? So like the upside of re-rolling is like, yeah, you get on a better spec, but like in a normal guild, like you shouldn't be able to re-roll and like maintain your spot just because the roster has, you know, room for X Shadow Priest or whatever, and like if you roll off that into something else, you're fucking up the entire balance of the guild. So like the game just kind of like implicitly discourages people from re-rolling, while at the same time heavily encourage them to re-roll through like balance changes. And it's just, when I was playing Shadowlands, it felt like I was stuck on Shadow Priest, and people were like, oh well, why not play Mage? Oh well, why not play, what else was good in Boomkin, right? Like Boomkin or Mage. And it's like, so I'd re-roll to those, but then like there was never a spot for me at that point. Like my credentials in Midwinter had lapsed, you know? Like in old Midwinter and like Mop, or in more like WoD Midwinter, it was like, oh, you know, you want to play Mage? All right, you're Mage now, we'll make room. But like, why would these people make room for me in a guild I haven't played in for like, you know, 4 or 5 years or whatever? So like I'd re-roll to Mage or something, and you've got shit gear, you come in as like an alt into the raid, you don't get the good gear over people already playing, and it's just like, okay, well, I re-rolled, but nothing's really coming of it, so it doesn't really get you anywhere. It's just, I don't know, I felt like I was stuck on Shadow Priest. I didn't want to play Shadow Priest. They weren't very good. They were not going to magically become good. And you just can't help but thinking like a lot of people are probably in a situation like that, where it's like you just get stuck on like a shit class, and it's like, well, sorry dog, you were there forever. At least in like, it's kind of less of a problem like the worse your guild is, but it seems like bad guilds don't really exist anymore, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like every guild that's killing bosses is like, if you transported them back in time, they would have been like a top 10 guild, like in the earlier days. I don't mean like the classic days, I mean like the Kata to like WoD period. It was like the time before things really got out of control in the prog scene. This is weird. My ping simultaneously says 78 and 300. That's another thing, is if your class is good in Raid but not good in Mythic Plus, that's like, that shit sucks.
I'm the only one fit.
You gotta like get the giga fucking charity runs for people to like accommodate you in Mythic Plus. Nobody's like stoked to have you, because even if like you're just in Mythic Plus to get your box, you still don't really want to play with like a character that's bad in Mythic Plus because it just makes the run harder, and like people do care about IO.
Come, show me your strength.
I felt like I was like ultimate dead weight on Shadow Priest. I felt that way in Legion too, which is like the fucked up part. And then I felt the exact same way in Shadowlands, is like, nothing changed, nothing changed. To what? Hello?
Light flaming.
I literally just died to the damage. Huh? Yeah, I didn't play after, Ooh, this is probably not a good time to res. Fuck it. Lightning, fire, lightning? Lightning? Yeah, Legion was not a mentally tenable expansion for me. I like went insane over the artifact power shit. That was a tough time raiding too. Like I started an actual office job, and like it made raiding at like world prog hours really tough. It was spread too thin on top of like it being an expansion that required way more time than like had ever been required from people in a while before. Like there was never an amount of time that you could play Legion where it was like you still weren't getting returns from like adding more playtime to it, you know? Like there was always another world quest to do.
Come, show me your strength.
That spreads. Dude, that guy was so fucking close, man. Blue?
Light flaming.
I focus up for this part. Lightning. Lightning, fire. Lightning. Fire. Lightning, fire, lightning, fire. Okay, easy. I'm gonna fucking die? Dude, what the fuck? It's the consensus I hear about BFA is that it's probably the worst expansion, but then like people seem really fond of the very end. Like it seems like they sorted out most of the problems, and by the end people are like fairly happy with it. But before then it was like true misery, and I kind of believe them, but also kind of like think they're a little Stockholm syndromed, and I think it's like a little easy to say, wow, it was so much fun after a period of it being the least fun ever, you know? And it's kind of like, well, I feel like your perception of fun's a little off to begin with, but
I'm the only one fit to protect her. You're no match for me. A feeble shield.
I played the very start of BFA just to level up, and it was fun. I liked getting the Azerite powers and shit, but I definitely knew it wasn't an expansion I would want to raid in, because it seemed very annoying to optimize. How's that guy spreading? Blue is safe.
Light claim you.
Dude, people make fun of the garrison, but I liked WoD more than I liked one of the other expansions. Fire, lightning, fire, lightning. Where's fire? Oh.
Feeble shield protects nothing. How about you?
Ouch. Man, we're so far over in rage. What the fuck is this Reaper doing? Yeah, I mean, say what you want about WoD, it's crazy to me that, like, people put WoD in, like, bottom 3 expansions. And I mean, I guess I get it. Like, if you weren't a raider, if you aren't... There is not a lot to do in the game, but for me, I'm happier when, like, there isn't a lot to do in the game. I want to log out, but some people who play WoW, it seems like most people who play WoW don't want to log out, ever. They would rather it be a forever game, and not me, you know? I want to log out. And, like, by a lot of criteria that makes your game, like, less good, right? But, I don't want to be in playing the game all the time. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like a objective thing, right? Like, but WoW is a game that just takes too much time. You know what's cool about Final Fantasy? I finish, like, my raid for the week and then I log out. That's my favorite part about Final Fantasy. If I finish the raid and I don't care about getting the gear because it'll be obsolete before the next year, which it always is, you can log out without even getting best in slot, and, like, you finish the raid tier and you can log out for 6 whole months. You can cancel your sub and you will not be in any worse of a position than somebody who, like, grinded the entire tier just, like, for fun. And, like, some people are like, oh my god, that's horrible. But I'm like, that sounds so fucking cool. It is so cool to be able to, like, log out and, like, enjoy other games to me. Oh, please don't go group 2. I don't know how to group 1. What the fuck is this shit? Oh. Dude, why does this guy want group 2? Why is this guy in a cutscene? Oh, this is gonna suck. Okay, what do I gotta do for group 2? Group 2 or group 1, I'm up top. I'm at northwest, and I don't rotate. And I'm on the west side. This is gonna fuck me up, dude. What is this? What? Like... Okay. Like, if they want to do it a different way, that's fine, but that's not what they linked. But, I think WOD had 3 really good raids. And that's all I need to say about WOD, you know? The sage just said, I'm going to kill myself. Ooh.
I'm the only one fit to protect her. You're no match for me. A feeble shield protects nothing.
Blackrock Foundry is...
Come, show me your strength.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just like the best raid. Enough said, you know. It's red.
Light flaming.
Red is safe, red is safe, red is safe, red is safe. We're on this side now. Womp womp. Yeah, so, Alwedaei Citadel is like... I don't know. I think, like, objectively it's a good raid, but, man, I did not have fun in that raid myself. So when I say, like, it's a good raid, I think most people probably enjoyed Hellfire Citadel. Like, you had some really crazy strong items, you had some really crazy strong specs, you had, like, a lot of bosses that were, like, pretty fun, pretty hard, but my enjoyment in there on a personal level was a lot lower than some other fights. Some other raids, rather. It was definitely it, and I don't even mean like because it was a really long-lasting raid. I mean, that's always a problem, but it took so fucking long to clear. Is like what I mean. It was such a labor. Oh, fuck, that was close to me. Why are you here, dog? Huh? Hello? Why are you here? Why was he here?
Light flaming.
Oh. You know, it's funny I'm hearing so many people, like, say that they don't like HFC too much. And I guess, like, in fairness, if you weren't a hunter, a rogue, or a mage, you probably didn't have, like, that much fun in HFC, but if you were one of those classes, ooh boy.